Welcome loves to my YouTube channel. My name is VassaOlga. In today's video, we're going to be following step-by-step routine from Rokael, the makeup artist who created a makeup look for Kim Kardashian, and I'm using only affordable products, not the one that he's showing in his tutorial, but the overall look is looking really pretty. Keep on watching to know if I'm going to be keeping some of these routines, if it's worth trying, and love you all, and let's get started. And as always, I don't really own most of the eyeshadow palettes makeup artists are using. That is the main reason why I'm going to be going with my eyeshadow palette, the one that I've been owning for ages. This is BH Ultimate Neutral Shadow Palette, and it does have a lot of the colors from Kim K's eyeshadow palette, and these are very pigmented, really pretty colors. That is the main reason why we're going to this palette in particular. And I'm going to be going with my Morphe M433 blending brush, and at first he's not using any primer, which is a little bit weird in my opinion because some eyeshadows are not sticking, but okay, we're doing the exact same routine. Well, at first I'm going to be using this color. It is a little bit orangey brown, and I'm going to pick up a little bit of the product on my brush, tap it off. And what he's doing, he's placing the color first in the outer corner, really close to my lash line. And then the same color goes on top of the crease. Okay, for a little bit different color, he picked shade 10 from the same eyeshadow palette. And this is kind of warm brown shade, the one that I have in my BH Cosmetics as well. Smoking that out. Then he does not specify the color he was using to smoke out and create some shadow for the eyeliner, but I have my wild guess. This is something similar to maybe this brown. It is somewhere in between cool tone and maybe a little bit of warmth, but it's really dark brown color. And as he is using the color, he's creating the shape for a future eyeliner and winning these out a little bit. And then with a little bit different side of the same brush, this is pointy. I'm going with no color on top and blending this out. And I don't know why, but he mentions that he's using the same color 10 for the inner corner, but it looks like he's using this dark brown that I am showing you in the outer corner, and it doesn't look like color 10. It looks like maybe shadow 11, maybe, I guess it's 11, it's not 10. And then just like blend this in the inner corner. No, I need something different. It's too big. Okay, we're gonna be going with a little bit different brush. This is my Ingo brush from e.l.f. A little bit of color. I feel like I'm doing too much. And maybe a little bit more in the outer corner. Like that. The soft brush, and just blend this out with no color on. But let's add a little bit of the color 10 on top to make sure that it is super soft and well blended. I don't have the same sponge, but it is not a problem because you can create it yourself with a cotton disc and a micellar water. We're going to grab micellar water, clean the line. The line has to start, I guess, somewhere from this area because we're going to link the lower lid and the upper lid. That is the main reason why we just like have to make it a little bit further. The guideline is, I guess, your brow tail, and he's using black eyeliner. The one he's going with is from Inglot, and it is a gel formula. I used to have one, but it's drying pretty fast. That is the main reason why I would probably go to my regular Makeup Forever eyeliner. I guess the trick for him to create this eyeliner is to make sure that you almost close their eye and then create this line the same way as your eye shape, you know, kind of straight line, and then you connect it from the bottom. With some concealer on the back of the hand, he's going with a flat brush, picking this up. It's not giving a lot of the product, just a little bit. And he's cleaning the middle section of the lid. He's using some jojoba oil for a lip spot. I don't really have it. That's why I'm just using a simple lip balm, and now we're moving to a weird part. I didn't see any of the primers or like moisturizers for the face, and honestly it's going to be pretty dry. That is the main reason why. Maybe he wasn't showing the preparation, but let's just add a little bit of this Nivea aftershave lotion, at least this product, to hydrate my skin. Okay, let's start with the foundation. I'm using today Wet n Wild tinted hydrator. I'm not going with a lot of it, just evening up the tone, my undertone. Okay, now for the contour. He's using two different contour shades. The one is super rusty, kind of orangey undertone, and the one that I have is from Makeup Revolution, I guess. This is probably the closest shade I can get to his experiment, and I'm going with the same brush that I used to apply my foundation, going over my forehead. And then I have my angle brush, the one from e.l.f. Cosmetics, and most of the time I would go with this brush and some powdery product to contour my nose, but today we're going with cream contour first. I'm going from the brow, as he went with, and then right to the nose bridge. With a little bit different brush. I don't have an angle brush. I do have an angle brush, but this is full of my blush. That is the main reason why we're going with the big and fluffy brush from Beauty Bay. And the same color, I'm going with this shade on the sides and over my jawline. Okay, and now let's go with a little bit different contour stick. Not a contour stick, but with a little bit different color. I'm going to wipe off any of this oranginess. And the one he's using, it's a little bit deeper shade. It's more cool tone brown, but dark color. I am going to be pairing my warm undertone, I guess, with something different. This is a little bit different color. And then what he's doing, he's adding the same color underneath the lip. Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of this step. And finally, this is going to be my same contour stick from Makeup Revolution. It has a thick formula concealer, and he's using a foundation from MAC, but I guess it's like full coverage foundation. I don't really have any of this type of foundations, and I'm just going on top with a brush. This is my flat brush, the one that we used to create dimension for my eye. And then again, I'm gonna add the same color, cleaning the nose contour. But he left some space underneath the eye because later he went with the same contour to add this over lower lid. This way he's gonna finish the eye makeup look. I guess I'm going with the same brush that we used to contour, to, you know, work with my foundation, and we're gently buffing out any of the colors and marrying them together and making sure that they can work and look flawless. And with a little bit of a cream blush, I have one, by the way. It is from Makeup Revolution. Let's grab this color and blend this into my contour. It's not super bright, by the way. And the weirdest part, that he's going out with a liquid concealer all the way up to the nose, and then he's gonna blend this out. I want to use my L.A.Girl concealer, and he's super generous with the product. It's going underneath. To marry these products together, he's adding a little bit of peachy tone concealer. I don't have a peachy tone concealer. This is some sort of brush that has some peachy undertone. And then I can add a little bit of this shade right here. Finally, he's going with a beauty blender underneath and going, marrying, doing a lot of blending on top. And with an angle puff, I'm going with some powder. I have actually really good powder from Catrice, and he's going over with a press and powder over chin and a little bit over nose. I don't really have Huda Beauty Blossom Cherry powder. I don't have any other, but I have one for Makeup Revolution. It has slightly pink undertone to it, and we're gonna work with this color. So at first, I'm gonna grab a little bit of the powder, tap it in the back of the surface, and with a fluffy brush, any of you have, I'm just gonna lightly tap it off and just go underneath my eye with the same powder. And now with my makeup puff, I want to bake underneath my eye a little bit. So we're grabbing some of this powder, then tapping on the back of the hand to get off any of the excess and going underneath. I want to clean a little bit underneath my blush, as he mentioned. I used some powder over the nose bridge, I guess, and a little bit in this area right here over her forehead. Picks up the lid and gets the mascara on, and he tries to avoid the lower lashes. Now I have a little bit different one. This is Essence. I love Crazy Volume Mascara. This mascara is waterproof, something like that. I'm not going to be doing any falsies, as he's showing in the video, but go ahead if you want to use some falsies. Unfortunately, I don't really have the same eyeliner he's using for the bottom lid. That is the main reason why I'm going with just some shimmery eyeshadows, and underneath I have some cream, so I don't really think it's going to be a huge problem. And let's go with a flat brush, and he's going with an eyeliner that is something like in between brown and gold shimmers. This is going to be the shade, I guess. Again, I'm using the same palette from Beauty Bay. I don't know if they're still in stock, these palettes, but honestly, I go to this palette every single time I want to create any eye makeup look that is smoky and bronzy. I have some brown eyeliner. Let's use it over my waterline. Contour my lip. The liner is going to be thick. This is Eve Line color Beige Sensation 15, and they're using a lip oil. I don't have a lip oil. I have a lip gloss that we're going on top with. And I guess I'm left with no brows. That was it. That was the whole tutorial. That is the main reason why I'm gonna do my brows off camera. The only question I have, why wouldn't they use setting spray? I didn't see them using any setting spray. And fortunately, or maybe unfortunately, they did not show how they wiped off any leftovers from the powder. And they did not show how they used any setting spray, but we need to lock all these powders in place. That is the main reason why I'm going with the Catrice Ultra Last Fixing Spray on top, and that is pretty much it. Okay guys, and this is the final result of Kim K's makeup look that Rokael created for her red carpet. I don't know, like maybe some premiere. It doesn't really matter. It looks snatched, and he did not use a lot of powdery product as for like contour and blushes. I didn't even see him using any highlighter, so we're not doing, this is a complete like matte makeup look. I don't really like a jawline. I feel, I understand that he was connecting the jawline to the décolleté. That was the main reason why he added some bronzer, but most of the time I don't really show my décolleté and I don't really do my jawline, so that is a huge no for me. Something that I found a little bit weird, that he did not use any moisturizer or maybe any primer for the face. Maybe he didn't show this routine, maybe he didn't show the setting spray, maybe he didn't show they used some other techniques and products for the brows, because well, I had to do my brows by myself. For me, it's a little bit too dry, too powdery, and too matte. But one thing that I really loved about his routine, that the way he's doing an eyeliner. The eyeliner is given. It does look super pretty, and I will probably switch to this eyeliner routine in the future. This is just some gold. Love you all so much, guys, and I hope I'm going to see you in my next video. Bye bye.